Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet.
Now we're tied at 5 as we go to the bottom of the 11th. Here's Aaron Boone.
Knicks down 3. Should the Bulls foul? No.
Be careful trying to play it a second time. Can't do it. Here's St. Louis
On the field. It is. Anthony for 3. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is
So welcome, episode 6 of the New York Sports Deserve Better podcast. We have a new guy with us, Henry Hanowski. He's a guest co-host / Giants insider for this crucial episode. Welcome. Good to have you on.
Thank you, Mr. Big Diesel.
Never gets old when people call me that.
Thanks for having me. You know, I'm also a big New York sports advocate. I root for the Mets and the Islanders, so I'm actually used to winning a lot. So I'm happy to give my input.
Huge. All right. So before we get started, we're gonna just have a little ad read. Grab yourself a Michelob Ultra this weekend. By the time I'm done recording this and this is posted on the YouTube, I'll be of legal age to grab myself a Michelob Ultra. So I'll definitely be heading to the store, grabbing that, having that be my first legal purchase. So grab your Michelob Ultras, do your thing, drink responsibly. So this episode, we're just going to dive into pretty much every single team's schedule and have predictions from various fan bases. And, of course, why wouldn't we start with the New York Giants? So
Our team.
So first week, we're at MetLife, September 14th, Monday night against the Steelers. I think we win this game. I think the Steelers stink. I think Big Ben is a huge question mark. And, I mean, the only thing is, hey, maybe the line's not there. Steelers got a good defense. We got an inexperienced quarterback in Danny Dimes. Maybe it's a toss-up, but I'm flipping it. Atlanta Giants. We start off 1-0. What do you got for that one?
All right, Big Diesel. You know I'm a Giants supporter through and through. I hate to say it, but I'm starting off 0-1. You know how Big Ben is. He doesn't – off seasons don't do anything for him. Same thing as just sitting on his couch. So it's tough to start off with an experienced coach like Tomlin. I know we're preaching O-line, but I just don't see them clicking first week. So unfortunately, unlike the Mets, who you can guarantee a win on opening day, not the Giants this year.
Week 2, we got the Bears at Soldier Field, and September 20th. It's not going to be cold, hopefully. Who knows, global warming and shit. But I think they pull away with another one. I'm saying they win this game by 14 to 17 points. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Bears offense stinks. I think the Giants defense, which is not great, which is actually, to put it nicely, it's horrible. The Giants defense is horrible, but I think that's the team that they can handle defensively. It's all up to the O-line now. Got to protect Daniel Dimes, give him some time. What do you think?
Yep, I'm with you there, Big D's. I actually am pumped for this game. Just what the Giants need, just what a new coach needs in Joey Judge. What I will say is, I don't know if you remember that game against the Bears 2 years ago against Chase Daniel. Everyone was saying that we only won because him, but I honestly think that he's a better QB than Trubisky. So I think that we'll walk away with a nice W here.
That's a huge W. So week 3, I mean, I think I can guess what your take is on this. I think we lose by 20 points here, 20 plus points.
Yeah, they're a team who has proven that they can run the ball on a good defense. So I got to imagine they can run the ball on a bad defense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 1-2 there as well.
I mean, I agree with that. October 4th, we go to LA. Win. Just a win. 100%. Jared Goff stinks. Jared Goff is a horrible quarterback. Sean McVay is overhyped. And, I mean, honestly, LA's got a horrible fan base. I think the Giants take this one. It'll be relatively close, but I mean, I just don't think the Rams are there anymore. They're not the top dog, and I think the Giants take this one.
Yep, I agree. I mean, kind of a historic downfall by the Rams. 2 years ago, they were pretty much set to be the future of the NFL. I'm not really exactly sure what happened, but you just got to go coach versus coach here. Yeah, McVay's got his little tricks, but Joe Judge would kick his ass. You go one-on-one, I know he's like jacked. You don't go against Joey Judge there. I'm going Giants by 7.
October 11th at Dallas, giving us a loss. I don't think we can't go into Jerry's world. I think their draft, them drafting CeeDee Lamb was just a crucial blow right to the. I was gonna say a bad word, but kids program.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just a real kick to the dick. And that offense
said that word a couple times already.
Yeah,
kids program. No.
that offense is way too good for the Giants defense, and I think most of these games are going to come down to the Giants defense, and it's just not. The Giants defense isn't there yet, so I give this one. I'm chalking this one up as a L.
All right, buckle in.
I'm buckled.
Because I got the Giants heading down to Dallas and pulling out a W. I think that Jason Garrett walks into Dallas where nobody has respected him for like 10 years, and he decides to swing it a little bit.
He just fucking whoosh.
I can't exactly say how they'll win.
I can't either.
I feel it. But
I got no idea. I got no idea what the Giants expect to do offensively this year.
I went through offensive, defensive, maybe even a good special teams game, but they'll win.
Yeah, it's one of those rough, dirty, gritty games that you just managed to pull out because you got more grit than the other team.
And at this point, I mean, we're knocking on 3-2. We're playoff bound.
Yeah. October 18th, host Redskins at home. I think this is an easy win. The Redskins stink. I couldn't tell you. Maybe is Dwayne Haskins their quarterback? Is that their guy? Because that's that guy is probably the stupidest guy.
I mean, people tried saying that we should have drafted him over Daniel Jones, including me.
Yeah, me too.
Damn, was I wrong?
It takes a man to say when he's wrong, and I was also wrong. But I mean, looking back at it now, if you're in that draft, Daniel Jones goes I think top 5 in that draft rather than picking at 7. I think people would have hopped up and got him, knowing who he is.
Oh, from
now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd trade the farm for a number 1 pick.
I think if he was drafted in this year's draft, like with Burrow and Tua, I think he'd be the first quarterback taken. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding.
Dude, he would have gone before Peyton Manning.
I think so too. It's just one of those things. It's like he's the future, and he's going to be the next Pat Mahomes. And
being an insider too,
yeah,
I've got some scoop from the locker room, and he's starting to step up as a leader. That's what players are telling me.
That Redskins game, that's a wipeout win.
So I don't know if you've seen it, but GQ Sports has this YouTube series called "How I Spent My First Million."
I've seen this, yeah, but go ahead.
I pretty much wake up every morning waiting to see if there's a new one. Will Hernandez had a pretty good one, but Dwayne Haskins just got me. He went through all the stuff, and then he goes, "Yeah, I spent $1 million on my mom's house too." So this just ruined the whole series. So that one personally rubbed me the wrong way. But with that being said, Redskins, bad team. Their only strength is defensive ends. And luckily, we got Nate Solder as a rock on the left side. So I see that one going towards the Giants.
I think you're right there. Also, a quick little fact. The first 6 weeks, Andrew Thomas or Solder has to go up against TJ Watt, Khalil Mack,
Easy.
Nick Bosa, Aaron Donald, and DeMarcus Lawrence, and then Chase Young. So let's see. We can't. The thing is, too, like if he has a bad first 6 games, it's like you can't blame him because he's facing the top defensive ends in the entire league. Like literally the top 6 defensive ends.
Yeah, but that's what I would say about Flowers in his 3rd year. I'd be like, dude, I mean, he's played 47 great defensive ends.
That's a wake up call for Andrew Thomas. It's definitely going to be something. October 22nd, we go to Lincoln Financial. loss.
Yep.
Eagles always got our number. I actually don't remember the last time we won a game against the Eagles. If I'm being completely honest, we have had horrible things happening against the Eagles, especially the Victor Cruz torn patella tendon. God rest in peace to that career. Guy was a hero of mine. But yeah, I think we lose this game, and there's no like specific reason why. It's just we're playing the Eagles, and the Eagles just always have our number.
Yep, I got to agree with you there. I mean, right over my shoulder here, you can actually see it's a picture of Jeremy Shockey making a catch over Ryan Westbrook. That was probably the last win the Giants had over the Eagles. Maybe 2005.
November 2nd, we host Tom Brady.
Wait, I didn't give my take on the Eagles yet.
Didn't you say we lose?
No, but we will lose.
All right, that's another loss for us.
I had to just check my data quickly, and it just doesn't look good.
November 2nd, Tom Brady and the Bucs and Gronk. They come to town. I think we beat them. I think Daniel Jones is that next Eli Manning in a sense where Tom Brady to him is no one. And he comes in, he's like, Tom, you're nothing. I'm the guy now. I'm replacing you at the top, and this is our game. This is my house, and we're not taking anything from your old ass, you boomer looking ass. And Gronk, you retired.
Wait, who's saying this? Joe Judge?
Joe Judge and Daniel Jones, and it's like kind of like they're both next to each other, and they're just yapping right in Tom's ear. And I think they win this game. They beat the Bucs last year, right? Daniel Jones' first start, immaculate.
That was a beauty.
Fantastic.
I mean, his legs, he looked like a gazelle.
He looked like a damn gazelle. And, I mean, that's probably the happiest I've ever been as a Giants fan in the past.
Dude, I couldn't –
Super Bowl.
Since the Super Bowl, when he ran right down the middle, like 20 yards into the end zone, it was just wide open. It was like I watched 10 years of, like, amazing Daniel Jones highlights in my head, and you can't change my mind after that. He's the future.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is a future. Maybe tweak the fumbles, but what do you got for that Bucs game?
I got a win too. You know what? I think every quarterback needs their like changing of the guard game, and I think this is it.
My fat ass just sat on my headphones. Did it make a horrible sound?
No. Did you hear anything I said?
No.
I said, speaking of Victor Cruz, I've actually been DMing him every month since 2017. Guy never takes his phone. At this point, it's just once a month I send him a picture of the entire people on the boat, except one of the guys is me photoshopped in. And I send it to him once a month, and he just never answers.
I mean, he's probably busy.
He's up to some good things.
November 8th, we play the Redskins. Another win. It doesn't matter where you're playing them. I think Saquon has a huge game like he did last year. I think they win by I'm going to say this is an overtime game, and we win.
Yep, I agree there. I mean, we've proven we can beat the Redskins. We did it in the really important game last year to lose Chase Young. I mean, it's just one of our best skills.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Ron Rivera guy, too. I think he's a player's coach, but Joe Judge is the opposite of that, and I think that's what wins.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the coach isn't there to be buddies with the players. The coach is there to coach. If you want buddies, you can go on Facebook and you can find it. You can find those buddies on Facebook, but not.
And if you got to slap them around a couple times, Joe Judge will do it. I don't know about Ron Rivera though.
Yeah. So then we host the Eagles at home. Fuck it. We win this one, and I'll tell you why. Carson Wentz stinks, and the rest of the team is not – the Eagles are not good. The only reason I say we're going to lose games to them is because we historically have lost games to them every time. They're not a good team. They lost everything. They don't have anything anymore. Carson Wentz used to be very good. Not good anymore. I don't know what happened, but not good anymore. They got no wide receivers. I mean, I think we win.
So you're giving the win.
Yeah, I'm going to go win on this one.
I am going to go win too. You know what I think happens? I don't necessarily agree with you, Mr. Big Diesel. I kind of think that the Eagles are good at every position. And I think that the only reason they lose is because they're the Eagles and they pull something out. But I don't know. I just don't think Wentz has it. I think they're going to try too hard to get Hurts involved, and it'll be like some attempt at Sean Payton's offense. And I think this is the game where Slayton just breaks out and he becomes like a legitimate number one receiver. I think this year he's going to pop over Sterling Shepard. Hate to say it, but that's what the insiders think.
We got the Bengals and Joey B.
Wait,
Joey
but a quick anecdote for you. Now that we're talking about Sterling Shepard, reason that I am a Shepard guy, me and your brother, Big Diesel Sr., were at a bar once, and Von Miller, Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard showed up. Everyone was all over Saquon. Like, he walked by us, didn't even give us an ounce of love. Sterling Shepard, on the other hand, this hand, Sterling Shepard's hand, touch.
And that's
like
something that could have never happened.
It was like a soft step, and Saquon didn't even think about it. But Sterling, man of the people. So I'm going to have to rescind my statement and go back to Sterling remaining our number one.
So then we get the Bengals. We got Joey B, the new guy in town. I think they win this game by a lot. And there's no specific reason why. I'd sign free agents.
I got to agree with you there. Like, I know this doesn't mean much coming from a Pro Bowl fullback, but even I could have played quarterback for LSU this year. I mean, it was like it's just an array of riches on the offense. So I'm going to give this one to the G-Men. Tougher team. I think Cincinnati, besides Mixon, he's proven that he can throw a punch. I'm not a fan of him. But everyone else on the Bengals, soft. And I think Joe Judge walks us in there, slaps around a little bit, and we get out.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And then we got Golden Tate's big game. We got Seattle in Seattle. Maybe he meets up with Russ's ex-wife before. But this is actually a game I almost guarantee.
Wait, I thought it was Russ's mother.
No, it was his ex-wife.
His ex-wife? It's not
Well,
Pierre?
now it's the ex-wife. It's the reason they got divorced.
Ooh.
Yeah, not good. Well, Russ turned out fine. He's dating freaking Sierra.
I honestly think that we will lose by a lot. And what Golden Tate did isn't helping us at all. We already are way worse than them. And Russell Wilson's got that chip on his shoulder. So
Yeah, we lose.
I don't feel comfortable heading up to Seattle.
Yeah, that's a place where no one wants to go.
Yep.
Cardinals at home. Kyler Murray, newly acquired DeAndre Hopkins. This is a toss-up game. We lost last year, the Cardinals. I say the Giants lose this one, and I don't have faith in the defense. That offense of the Cardinals
but you saw
is
that
way too
picture of
explosive.
Cliff Kingsbury, right?
Yeah, the guy. I wish I could be him.
Yeah, but come on, be less of a football guy. Like,
yeah, he's a pretty boy.
Joe Judge puked when he looked at that photo.
Joe Judge probably lives in a one-bedroom apartment and just stares blankly at a white wall the entire day.
I mean, did you
think
see his house that they showed during the draft? I couldn't have drawn up a better Joe Judge house. It was just a big-ass room, all white walls, and every window was shut with the blinds. Like, no nature. Like, Cliff King, like, he sucks. But we're going to lose.
Yeah, we're going to lose. We're definitely losing that one. And, I mean, that offense is too much for the defense. This is a huge
so that's putting us at 8-5.
That's huge. This, especially because this next game's huge.
I mean, in the NFC East, you can make the playoffs with 7 wins any year.
Yeah.
So we're already in the playoffs.
Yeah. So we're in the playoffs.
This is the game. This is what I'm circling.
Yeah, this is a huge game. This should be prime time. It's a shame it's not. Odell coming back to MetLife. I can imagine that he's going to get his ass booed out of the stadium.
Oh my God.
This guy's the worst. I think the Giants take this one. I think OBJ gets ejected out of this game. I think he loses his cool. He cries like a little baby. He kicks a kicking net. And I think the Giants win this one. I think the Browns are honestly the most overrated team still. And I think that's another win for the Giants.
The Browns are a lot like the Eagles for me. They are good at pretty much every position, especially since they address their offensive line, but they lose because they just are idiots. And I love Odell. I'm thankful for everything he did for us, but I've seen him at his worst. I was on the field. I was interviewing Henry when he had that little freak out against the Panthers. Speaking of that, we got Bradbury. So
Yeah.
a guy who was a first-hand, watched that whole thing go down. He knows what ticks. He knows what ticks Odell. And honestly, we won that trade. If you're trying to tell me we didn't, we got Dexter Lawrence, who's awesome. Jabril Peppers, probably a Pro Bowl safety next couple of years. And there's rumors that he's out of Cleveland by the end of this year.
Yeah.
So
And we get
I'm feeling confident.
Obviously, it's not the Zeitler trade was for Vernon, but I just kind of sandwich all of those. I sandwich those trades together.
Dude, Vernon had, I think he had, how many sacks did he have last year?
I don't know. He fucking
I said he
sucks.
had half
It's
a sack on the year.
I mean, he
And
probably
we
had
got
0
an
sacks for the
all-star
Giants.
right guard.
Vernon stunk on the Giants. He was horrible.
He got a little bit like Ingram.
I mean, it was just nonstop roughing the passer calls with him. Yeah, so I think we win this one. You think we win this one?
I think, it's a toss-up here, but I think we win this one. I think it's easy to get in Odell's head, and Baker Mayfield hasn't proven shit to me, besides the fact that he can hook up with ugly girls and cheat on his girlfriend.
Yeah, backwards hat type of guy.
Yeah.
And then we got this Ravens game. This Ravens game in the freezing cold in Baltimore against Lamar Jackson.
When I said I'm circling the Browns game, I'm crossing this one off.
Yeah, I don't even want to watch this one, honestly. We're gonna get wiped. We're gonna get absolutely wiped. I think we lose by 30.
We're probably gonna lose this game by a lot. But honestly, I'm looking at it as an opportunity to watch a full Lamar Jackson game, so that'll be fun.
I don't really see that guy. Probably because he's so fast. But yeah, I think it'll be fun to watch Lamar Jackson just absolutely tear us apart. Cowboys, we win this one. We end the season 11-5. We're a division. I don't know what the Cowboys' schedule is looking like, but I think we're division champs. We go to the playoffs. We lose round 1.
Honestly, could this be the year that the NFC East pops out 2 teams in the playoffs?
Probably. Well, probably not. I think
Probably not.
I'm definitely overestimating the Giants' schedule. The Giants right now because
I'm giving them
going 11-5 is a slim chance.
Oh wait, you gave the Cowboys. You had them losing in Dallas, right?
Yeah, you had them winning.
I had them winning.
Yeah,
but now I have them losing.
Yeah, now you have them losing, so it evens out. We go on.
There's just no way a lot of things happen. 1, we're not going to beat the Cowboys twice. 2. Just like we started the season, we always end it with a nice fat L. And 3, Jason Garrett's not that tough, Phil. So 1 is asking a lot. 2 is just impossible.
Yeah, he never knows how to finish.
Yup. But with that being said, I'm thinking Giants take the division. Eagles, this is their year to drop out. I mean, this is the start of the decline, in my opinion. So I think Cowboys finish around like 9-7, and then that's it. The Skins, nobody's fearing the Skins.
Yeah, I think the Skins have a chance of going 0-16. I mean, with that guy, the quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, I can't imagine they pull off a win this year.
Actually, fun fact about me, back when I was in college, we were playing an intramural football game, and I ran the ball, and the running back, A.J. Dillon, 2nd-round pick, said in the presence of Jack Ferris, "Wow, that guy's quick."
That's huge, though, Henry. That's huge. He probably didn't know that you were
I was in grad school after being an NFL Pro Bowl fullback, but don't forget that.
Heck, that's a huge bust pick, by the way, Packers.
I know. That's one of those stories that I like telling to the other beat writers.
Yeah,
just to keep them on their toes.
just let you know you're not one of those nerd beat writers. You're one of those guys that's been there, and now you're a beat writer. This is a hobby for you.
Like when Daniel Jones gets interviewed by other guys, it's like nerd the player. But for us, it's two guys who love the game and get the game.
That's exactly what I'm feeling too. I mean, when people come on this pod, it's like this guy's a really cool podcaster. So, I mean, it's huge. It's huge just being not a nerd. And if you're a nerd, you're probably not watching this podcast.
No shot. You
so
probably
I
think
go
that New York
11-5.
sports don't deserve better.
Yeah, they probably don't even know what New York sports are. Nerds. Matt Purdom, actually, I may have him on the podcast.
He's a Connecticut guy.
Connecticut guy. That's something. I'll just tease that for the fans.
Also, shout out New York sports behind me. Another team they could use a good season, but I'll take what I can get with the blue.
Yeah. All right. Next, we're gonna have Chris Mancino come on and talk the Jets. Kind of wanted to put all of the NFC East together, but Chris's part was just too much to edit, and it's too hard to put it back in the put it later in the video. So here's Chris Mancino with the New York Jets, and yes, just because I don't root for them, they still deserve better. Let's see what Chris has to say. Try and get as much out of it as you can because, I mean, I had a tough time editing it. Poor internet connection, Jets fan. All right, so we got a Jets expert insider, Chris Mancino, fan of the podcast, and we're just going to go over the Jets schedule and see what he thinks about it. So what do you got week 1 against the Bills at Buffalo? What do you think's got to happen there?
Well, first time, long time. How you doing, Ed? Buffalo, September 13th, away at MetLife. That's going to be a loss.
A loss. So we got 0-1 so far.
I don't think the Jets have enough talent on Diggs and Josh Allen. I just don't think their defense and Sam Darnold to put up 14 points. They'll probably lose 21-14.
All right, that's prediction for week 1. Week 2, you host it.
All right. San Francisco.
September 20th at 1 p.m. Niners coming off Super Bowl. What do you got there? Do you think the Jets start off 0-2?
I mean, clearly here. 42-14. That's
42.
my
You think
prediction.
put up 42?
Yeah, 42. I think the Niners are going to put up 42. It's going to be disgusting. Bloodbath. MetLife's going to be Jets are going to start off 0-2. There's going to be some questions. Adam Gase will be fighting.
He's going to be in the hot seat.
Oh, week 3 he'll be fighting for his job, and guess what? He'll pull it off at Indy.
Where you play prime time Thursday night against Drew Lock.
Thursday night?
Yeah, Thursday night game. Where is it at?
This is what scares me.
This is
it's at MetLife. Thursday night. Denver, good team. They got an upcoming quarterback. Just got Jared Judy. It'll definitely be close, but what doesn't scare me is Denver already lost to the Jets. I don't know if it was last season or 2 seasons ago. I think it was last season. They lost to a bad New York Jets team. So I think both teams are going to be better this season, but the Jets heading to Arizona week 5.
You got?
That's going to be a loss. I think Arizona is potentially going to win the NFC West, maybe? What do you feel about that?
No way. NFC West has Niners in it. Come on now.
2-3.
Going in at Los Angeles.
I think shut up. No, it's not. There'll probably be more Jet fans in LA than Charger fans.
That's what I'm saying. It's a tough place to play. There's no fans there.
Yeah, but tough place to play. I think that's a win here.
October?
I think it's either going to be a loss week 1 or a win week 1. We're going to go 1-1 with the Bills. So we'll go 1-1.
Week 8, you guys got the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ew, in Kansas City? Oh,
God.
God. It's 1 o'clock, too. Oh, my God. The crib on
I want a score prediction on this one.
If we don't beat Buffalo, we'll go into the Chiefs and lose by a lot of points. I'd say they'll probably drop 48. Is that bad? 48-21.
That's a lot of points.
Sam's
And covering that spread.
Yeah, definitely an over game.
Week 9, you got the Pats. Monday.
This is definitely. We'll go 1-1 with the Pats as well. I don't know where the win will be. hopefully week 17 we go into the playoffs. So what are we looking at now?
Week 10, you play the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa.
Ooh, I mean that all depends on how we play the Dolphins 2 weeks in a row.
You got a little
So I think it's
bye
going to
week
be one of
in there.
let's go 3-3 in the division. To be honest, they'll split in Miami. I think they'll lose in Miami, win in New York, or a big win against Miami. Then we go to Vegas,
Yeah,
and
New Vegas.
something tells me the roulette wheel will be spinning black. It's going to be Vegas.
Week 14, you face
that is probably the last place
Seattle.
that my team is capable of playing in Seattle. I think that's the last team any NFL team wants to play.
Yeah, especially at Seattle. That's tough.
Yeah.
And you got week 15, you got the Rams. Again, in LA, another tough
in LA, so maybe we'll be used to it after coming off the Chargers win. It's just business as usual again. I think the Rams are gonna, I guess, be very bad, and a lot of people. I mean, I think I just want a win as a Christmas gift against the Browns. Would that be too much to ask for?
With the Jets, yeah, maybe.
Okay, you're right. And week 17, I told you we were going to split with the Pats.
So you're thinking 9-7, right?
I'm thinking 9-7. Going off the initial reactions.
Instead of Chris Mancino with a 9-7 prediction.
9-7.
Everyone hammer the over on the Jets. That's my insider, Chris Mancino.
Yes, sir. Thank you, New York sports, and big trust.
That's the right. Yeah.
All right, we got our Dallas correspondent, Cowboys insider, Finney. Finney's gonna go through the schedule, and he's gonna basically tell you which wins, which are wins and which are losses. So Finney, get started.
All right. So first and foremost, Danny, love to be a part of the cast. It's a great honor. I'll dive right into things. We open up with the Chargers. Week 1 at the new Charger Stadium. I'm calling this one a bad loss. We start with a loss. Chargers it's their first game ever. Maybe if they can sign Cam, they'll be a lot better. But if not, Tyrod, I think we'll get the job done. And we start with a loss. So then we move on to week 2, win versus Falcons. Week 3, away, Seahawks. We got obviously a bad loss to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
every single person I've had with, every time it's Seahawks away, it's like there's no way we win.
No, you're not. You're simply just not beating Seattle when they're
Seattle.
home.
Yeah.
In Seattle. If we get them at AT&T Stadium, maybe,
yeah.
But going with the loss. Then we take the Browns at home, 1:00 game, blow them out, kill them. I hate the Browns. Don't want anything to do with them. Blow them out, win by 40, whatever.
Yeah.
So then we got a week 5. I know this is a New York sports podcast, but we played the Giants. And I'm sorry for the viewers, but we got this win. That's what I have chalked down. So then we got week 6, the Cardinals, Monday Night Football, win. Redskins, week 7, win. Week 8, Eagles, primetime game, win. Then we have – so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Week 9, win. 10, we have our bye week. So we rest up, and then we dive right into week 11, away at the Vikings, snaps our 5-game winning streak with a loss. So then we play the Redskins at home. Sorry, 1 second. Thanksgiving, we're winning that. 4:30 game, love that game. Then we have week 13 away at Ravens, Thursday night football game. That's a tough loss, but we'll take it, whatever. Then week 14 away at Bengals. That's got to be a win. I mean, but it is the Cowboys, so I mean, I could see us losing that game. Every year, we have the games that you expect us to win, we'll lose them. But so I'm going to put it down as a win, but I could see us losing this one. And then week 15, we play the Niners primetime at 8 at home. And I'm going to go with a loss on that. Just don't see them beating the Niners, to be honest. Then week 16, Eagles, another win. We sweep the Eagles. And then we play the Giants, 1 o'clock, week 17. Again, I'm sorry, Danny. I know this is we're New York sports positive here, but I think you guys are going down, another sweep. And that leaves me with a 10-6 record. We win the NFC East, and I would say first round loss in the playoffs.
Those are the exact words I said for my Giants prediction. 10-6, win the division, and then first round exit.
Well, I would love to see the Giants. My grandfather, 92 years old, God bless him, diehard Giants fan. So I have the utmost respect for the Giants, but I just don't see it this season for them. I think if you give them a couple seasons, and if Danny Dimes kind of develops and is a good quarterback, I mean, he could be your next Eli Manning. But yeah, I think right now what I just realized this now. I got us going 6-0 in the NFC East, which is ballsy of me, And then just everybody outside of that, anybody good, we're losing now, basically is what I got. Danny, I wish your team the best of luck this season. Honestly, no animosity towards the Giants whatsoever. Utmost respect for the cast, for the podcast. Got to say, though, I can't have respect for the Yankees, but your Knicks and your Giants, utmost respect. You guys do truly deserve better.
Thank you so much for coming on.
All right, Danny, I really appreciate your time.
We appreciate you. All right, that was Finney with the Cowboys. We're gonna switching on over to the Eagles, Philly. We don't like those guys, but hey, my insider, nothing but a good guy. We got Downey coming up next with the Eagles.
All right, what's up, everybody? Brian Downey here. We go. We're talking Eagles 2020 regular season. All right, let's jump right into it. Week 1, we got the Skins, Redskins in Washington. Honestly, I think that's a W. Not a believer in the Skins just yet, although Chase Young will make an immediate impact. We should be all right. Week 2, we got the Rams coming to Philadelphia. Who freaking knows about the Rams, dude? I still think they're a pretty good, talented team, but who knows? I think that's a W for the Birds, 2-0. Week 3, we got Joe Burrow and the Bengals coming to town. Also think that's just a W for us. I mean, Bengals won't have it figured out by week 3. They just won't. Week 4, this is a pretty interesting one. At San Francisco, Sunday night game. I think this game might be pretty hyped up. I haven't looked at the Niners schedule yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll have a pretty good record going into that game. The Birds hopefully are 3-0 going to a Sunday night game. Hopefully it's pretty hyped up and everything. But I think the Eagles will come out on top of that. I'm not a huge believer in the Niners. So I think the Birds take that one. 4-0. 4-0 going into Pittsburgh week 5. At Pittsburgh, I think coming off a big Sunday night game, going to Pittsburgh, Heinz Field, brutal place to play. Brutal. The Steelers is a tough team. I think the Steelers take that one. And then we're followed up by Baltimore coming to town, the Lamar Jackson show. I think that's another loss right there, honestly. Then we got a Thursday night game against the Giants. I hate to do this to you, Diesel, but I think the Birds get the better of this one at the Link. I think the Eagles take care of business on that Thursday. Then they got an extra couple days to prepare for the Cowboys on a Sunday night game. I think they take the dub there. They had a terrible showing against the Cowboys last year on a Sunday night game, so I think they flipped the script a little bit this year. And what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-2 going into their bye week. All right. 6-2 going into the bye week. Their post-bye week schedule is absolutely brutal. So they open up with the Giants, which I think they're going to be looking past this game a little because of the schedule that comes after. I think they let one slip to your boy, the G-Man, Danny Dimes and Saquon. So I think we lose that one. So we're 6-3 going in. Next thing you know, we're at Cleveland. And I'm a believer in Baker, huge Baker guy. They got incredible talent over there in Cleveland. But I think coming off a loss to the Giants, I think Carson and the boys will have it figured out. We'll have it flip the script a little bit. We'll get it done at Cleveland. Then we play Monday night against Seattle. Dude, I fucking hate the Seahawks. I feel like we play the Seahawks in like week 10 or 11 every single freaking year on a Sunday night or Monday night. We just lose. So we're absolutely losing this one. I mean, no doubt about it. Then with Sunday, we're at Lambeau Field and the Green Bay Packers. That's another tough one, dude. I mean, I'm also a believer in A-Rod. I think A-Rod can absolutely sling it around. Even with no talent, Eagles secondary is just going to be outmanned, outgunned. I think it's Sunday, 4:25. I think the Packers get that one in Lambeau. It's December. It's going to be cold. That's just a game where Carson Wentz like bruises his ribs in the first quarter. Either that or really get like, I don't know, he probably suffered like turf toe in the fourth quarter against the Seahawks or some crazy shit. So like Jalen Hurts is going to be starting that game or coming in the first quarter. We're just going to lose that game 100%. Next week we got the Saints. We got the Saints at the Link. Another 4:25 start. I think that's a W for the Birds, honestly. You know, Drew Brees outside in mid-December. I mean, we'll take Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts. It doesn't matter, bro. That's a W. And then next week we're going to Arizona. I think that's a W. The Cardinals will be better this year. Their second year for Kyler in the system with Cliff Kingsbury, but I'm telling you, I think no matter what, Eagles are just a far superior team come playoff time. Come week 15, 16, 17, they'll start figuring it out. This is a big one then, week 16 at AT&T Stadium for the Cowboys. Week 16, I could see this game having NFC East implications on it. And honestly, I think the Eagles get the job done. Another 4:25 start on a Sunday, a couple days after Christmas. I think they win that one. And they should clinch the NFC East with that one. And then week 17, they play the Redskins again. I think they could see him sitting Wentz this one, throwing Hurts to start. And honestly, I don't think Hurts is ready to be an NFL starting quarterback even by week 17. I don't think Hurts would have a good showing this week 17. So I think that's a loss for the Birds, which should bring them around the 10-6, 11-5 spot. I forget what I had them at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-6, I think that would be enough to win the NFC East right there, honestly. I'm not believing in the Cowboys. Giants are just a year or two away. Redskins are a whole decade away, so I think we'll be all right. Go Birds. Trust the process. Once wagon, baby. Let's get it.
All right, that was Brian Downey. We're going to kick it over to Ziller. Recent contact of mine after joining the Bookies Basement. Definitely go check out the Bookies Basement. So, as Brian said, Redskins seem like they're a decade away. Let's see what Ziller has to think.
So at JZiller17 on Twitter, the expert for the Redskins for the bookiesbasement.com. And I'm going to jump right into the schedule because I don't foresee this taking too long because the Redskins, as you guys know, are terrible. So this should be a pretty easy run through. And my rationale for the picks are also pretty simple. So week 1 versus the Eagles at home, I see that as a loss. I think the Eagles, while they're not going to be maybe the winners of the division, I think they may contend for a wild card spot. And that hurts me to say as much as I hate Philly fans, but I don't think the Redskins at this point can contend with either the Eagles or the Cowboys. You'll see that later in the video. Week 2 at the Cardinals. They're the Cardinals. They're terrible. They'll always be terrible in my mind. I don't care who they have. That's a win for the Redskins. Week 3 at the Browns. Identical, same thing. I literally couldn't care less who they were playing, who they're starting, who their backup is, who their coach is. It's the Browns. That's a win for the Redskins. So we're starting out 2-1. Week 4 versus the Ravens at home. Immediate loss. Lamar Jackson may have 800 total yards against us. Unanimous MVP. We get that. Week 5 versus the Rams. Same thing. Nobody probably has more motivation to kill the Redskins than Sean McVay. Total, whatever, whole thing. I expect the Redskins to lose that game handily. Week 6 at the Giants. I believe that they're really the only team in the division that's even close to the Skins in terms of ability. And I think we'll lose at the Giants in week 6. Week 7 at home versus the Cowboys. Another loss. I think the Cowboys are very good. I expect them to contend for a Super Bowl. Week 8's our bye week. So at the bye week, I expect us to be a absolutely abysmal 2-5. But that's, kind of what you expect with the Redskins these days. Week 9, we've got the Giants at home. I expect the Redskins to win that game. I'm picking them to win. I think that we are basically even with the Giants, so I expect a split there. Week 10 at the Lions. That's a win for the Redskins. That's identical to the Browns and Cardinals. They're terrible. I don't care who's coaching for them. They're awful. Week 11, Bengals at home. Same thing. I might look like an idiot when this comes out, when Joe Burrow's like going to win the MVP and the Rookie of the Year and all in the exact same year. But I cannot imagine the Bengals ever being good in my lifetime. Week 12 at the Cowboys. This is one I really struggled with. It's our only primetime game, and I put primetime in quotes. It's really, I mean, it's Thanksgiving at like 4:30 or something. So if you want to count that as primetime, go ahead. The Skins are awful in primetime. They're awful against the Cowboys always, except when they had RG3, which was maybe the best year of my life. But I'm going to pick them to lose that game. Week 13 at the Steelers. That is an immediate loss. I literally can't think of a team that I have more respect for than maybe the Patriots than the Steelers. I don't care who's their starting quarterback. It could be me, and I'll always pick the Steelers against any team. Week 14 at the 49ers. Immediate loss. They'll probably be just as good next year as they were this past year. Week 15 at home versus the Seahawks. Loss. Same exact thing. It's just my picks are very simple. It's like the respect I have for the team determines if I pick a win or a loss. Panthers, week 16 at home. This is one I struggled with. I think with the insider info that Ron Rivera has, I expect them to win that game. I think that they're going to really have some secrets on how to stop that offense. I'll bet Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he just got paid $1 million, but with his usage, who knows if he'll even be playing this game. He could be hurt. But I take the Redskins to win that game. And then finally, week 17 at the Eagles. I think that's obviously a game that's going to matter for the Eagles a lot more than the Redskins, because at this point I've got the Redskins at 6-9. And I think that we can contend with the Giants. I thought we were going to beat the Eagles week 1 last year. We were on pace for it, but I think week 17 at the Eagles is going to be too tough. That's a tough fan base. That's a tough road game. And I think the Redskins lose that game. So for a final record of 6-10, which will probably, I don't know, have us picking in the top 10 again. And hopefully there's another good player we can take, because Chase Young, I don't think is going to add that many wins for us immediately. So.
Okay. So me thinks that Ziller may be wrong there on multiple reasons. Redskins are nowhere close to the Giants. Giants are way better. And I also predict that the Redskins have like a 1 to 2 win season. Next, we're going to go to Kyle Dunn. You guys know Kyle. Can't wait for you guys to see his reaction come back on the pod, and just enjoy.
So,
all right, we got Kyle back on. We got
First
Kyle
off,
back on.
what's up? I'm happy to be back on the podcast.
Welcome back.
What they say is, once the little chicken leaves the coop, the mother chicken always wants it to come back. So I'm flying back now. I'm coming back home. Saying
it's great to have you back. It feels like home again.
Especially since as the Baltimore correspondent that lives in Texas. Love the Ravens schedule. We end very easy. No offense, Danny, with the Jaguars, Giants, Bengals. Very easy end of the schedule. Love it. Little worried against the Chiefs. We got Texans, Chiefs back-to-back in Houston. Also, Swing South, biggest amateur just scramble golf tournament in Baltimore. Played by all the locals in Baltimore. Is the weekend in Houston, so I don't know if we'll have a great crowd in Houston. It's kind of a shitty city. It's okay. I think we'll still pull out. I'm not scared of Deshaun Jackson. Hopefully, we'll lose to the Chiefs. Week 3, we're not going to beat Mahomes ever until it's an AFC championship, which eventually we'll beat them. And then I'm not scared of anybody. We're going to beat the Colts. Not scared of the Patriots. Titans, a little comeback game, week 11. I love it. Tannehill's going to suck. Derrick Henry's not going to be productive. It's late in the season. We're going to be fine. Our only losses, I think we're going to lose to the Cowboys late in the year. But then we're going to win our last 4 games. We're going to lose to the Browns either week 1 or week 14, hopefully week 1. But prediction, and we have a bye week 8, which I love. We had it last year. Perfect, right in the middle of the season. I think we're going to go 12-4. We're not going to be as good as last year, but we don't need to be that good. My biggest game of the season, I think, is week 12, Thanksgiving against the Steelers. Always a close game, and especially since it's on Thanksgiving, that's like one of those games like Steelers-Ravens already toss-up. Because it's Thanksgiving, that one could get away from us. Hopefully, I think it's going to come down to a late drive with the Steelers, and hopefully our defense, someone in our secondary, can really hop in, not make a wrong move, and play for the other team or anything. Play for our team with our family. Maybe Earl Thomas make a bigger interception.
Yeah, I mean, just hopping right in there in the sack.
We're right. Make a big play. You know, our team. We look at our team as a family. You know, you're with your brothers,
and you share everything.
We do things really well with our brothers.
Yeah,
so
and you share everything. You share victories. You share everything.
We share everything.
Like affairs too. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, no problem. Next, we're gonna have Barnes on from the Bookies Basement. He's gonna be covering the Jags. He's got a podcast of his own, Buckets and Paws. Go check that out. I'll leave the link in the description. And just so we don't waste any more time, I'm gonna hand it over to Barnes.
Going on, NY Sports and Big D's. This is Barnes from the Bookies Basement. I'm your local Jags insider. Diving into the Jags 2020 season. So last year was kind of a bizarre season. We started the season with Nick Foles, finished with Gardner Minshew, and went 6-10. Doug Marrone miraculously saved his job after an emotional meeting with Shad Khan, the owner. But this season is looking like a potential high-end draft pick waiting for us at the end. So we'll dive right into it. The first 6 weeks are the Jags' best chance of getting wins. We open up with Indianapolis. And then we are pretty much right into it again with another AFC South opponent in the Titans. So that's got to be a split if there's any hope for the season. And then we dive into the Dolphins and Bengals, weeks 3 and 4. That could be 2-0, at least has to be 1-1. So at week 4, we're looking at 2-2, 1-3 at the worst. And then we'll hop in weeks 5 and 6. We got the Texans and the Lions. Realistically, that's probably going to be an 0-2. But it could be a split if things work out. So 3-3, 2-4. And things don't get any easier, so that 6-10 record from 2019 may not be eclipsed. Week 7, we got a bye, and then we go into the Chargers. They're another team that's kind of at disarray in quarterback. They got Tyrod Taylor and the rookie Herbert, so hopefully that can be a place where we can squeak out a win. So then we're going from 3 to maybe 4 wins, and then it's the gauntlet. It's Texans, Packers, Steelers, Browns, Vikings, Titans, Ravens. That's weeks 9 to 15. That's a good team. The worst team we'll play in that span's the Browns. So maybe we pick up 1-2 wins if we're lucky there. I don't see us beating the Packers, even coming close to the Steelers, Vikings. Ravens will blow us out. And the Bears at home is probably another loss too. So we're looking at, 4-11, 5-10, and then week 17 on the road against Indianapolis. It's looking like a 3-13, 4-12 kind of season, maybe 5-11. If there's a 6-10 season is worthless for the Jags. It just ruins them with the draft pick. This is probably going to be a tank for Trevor situation. Trevor Lawrence is going to be the savior that the Jaguars need. But, this is a team that's bolstered up on defense with Chason and Henderson from LSU and Florida, respectively. They're 2 dogs. They're staying in the South. D. Westbrook's a bright spot offensively, and they've built. So this is probably Doug Marrone's last year. He's a great guy, but this isn't the direction that the Jags need. They're probably going to clean house soon and expect Trevor Lawrence to be that new face if we get the first pick, which I'm assuming we will. Side note, I've been a Jags fan for about 2 weeks. My best friend from high school, Doug Costin from Miami, Ohio. Shout out Doug. Just signed with them after the draft. So all in on the Jags this season, all in on the Jags in the future. This may not be the year, but next year will with Trevor Lawrence. We're tanking for Trevor. New York Sports, Big D's. Thanks for tuning in. Go Jags. Duval!
Hey, my name's Ryan Sullivan. I'm a longtime fan of the pod, longtime fan of Mr. Diesel. Actually fortunate enough to own a game-worn jersey from him, so not autographed, but still probably my most special possession. And he reached out, asked me to give you guys a quick run through the Pats schedule. So let's jump right in. So week 1, we have the Pats at Miami. And so I assume it's going to be Fitzmagic here. I don't know if Teal will be starting week 1 because of injury or just because Fitzmagic's a pretty capable veteran. Maybe give him some time to learn. But regardless, I think even though Fitzmagic played really well against the Pats last year in week 17, I think they'll have a better game plan in check week 1, start the season off with a win. After that, the Pats have to travel to Seattle to play the Hawks, and I think this is going to be a tough one. I mean, Stidham's second start versus Russell Wilson. I'm going to have to give Wilson the nod here, so that'll be a loss for the Pats. Week 3, the Raiders are coming to Foxborough, so this will be a pretty interesting one. I mean, the Raiders were deceptively bad for a 7-9 team last year. They didn't beat any good teams, and I don't think they'll be much better this year, so this one should be a W for the Pats. Then week 4, Pats at Kansas City. Not much to be said there. That's going to be a loss. Just a tough one to schedule. After that, the Pats will have Denver. So this is pretty interesting. I'm a pretty big Drew Lock guy. I think that he's a great player. I think this will be a pretty close game, but at the end of the day, it's in Foxborough. I'm going to give the nod to the Pats. I think they won a close one here. So week 6, they got a bye. Then week 7, they have the Niners. So coming off a bye, this is just going to be tough. I think it'll be a loss here. The Niners, really solid defense, and they did a good job replacing the talent they lost. So they lost Staley, but replaced them with Trent Williams. So going to be another solid year for the Niners. After that, they got their first of 2 games with Buffalo. This is at Buffalo, and Buffalo's my pick to win the AFC East this year. I mean, they're a really solid team. I think Josh Allen will have improved, and this will probably be a loss for the Pats. After that, they have the Jets, and the one thing I can count on is I'm pretty sure that Sam Darnold will still struggle with the Pats defense. I expect this to be a W there, and sorry to all the New York fans listening. After that, we have the Ravens, and so this is pretty tough. I mean, Lamar Jackson ran all over us last year. I hope he doesn't hang 37 again, but regardless, I don't think the Pats are winning this one. This is probably going to be a loss. After that, we have Houston, and I don't know what the fuck Bill O'Brien's been doing. Sorry, Mr. Diesel, let that part out if you want, up to you. But I don't see Houston having a great year after the offseason moves they made. I think Deshaun Watson's going to be pretty frustrated at this point in the year, and I think that's going to be a W for the Pats. After that, week 12, we have Arizona. So this is pretty interesting. Kyler Murray's definitely a really dynamic player, but their O-line is still kind of a disaster. I think the Pats have come up with a good scheme there, take advantage of that. And Gilmore's matched up pretty well against Hopkins in the past, so hopefully he'll be able to keep him in check and let the Pats get a W there. After that, week 13, we go to LA with the Chargers. So Chargers, I think, will be held back by whoever they have at QB, and their roster is pretty talented, but for some reason they didn't seem to win games last year. And whether it be Tyrod Taylor or Herbert, I don't think they'll be able to get the job done too well, at least in Herbert's early in his career. So this is probably going to be a W for the Pats. After that, we got the Rams, and just kind of going off how the Rams played the Pats in the Super Bowl. I mean, defense had 3 fucking points. This should be an easy match for the Pats. Defense hopefully keeps them in check, and that's a W there. Week 15 at Miami. So I had the pleasure of watching intern Bobby there. I think it's a great stadium. For whatever reason, does not treat the Pats well. So can't explain it, but that looks like a loss there. Week 16, the second of 2 with Buffalo. I'd like to see the Pats make some improvements and come out on top here, but I mean, Buffalo's a pretty complete team. I don't really see this happening. I think that's going to be another loss. Lastly, we got week 17, and again, sorry to...
All right, so it seems like Ryan got cut off there. So he actually sent me his predictions beforehand. He had a win week 17 against the Jets. So that'll break him out to 9-7 in the year. I mean, I disagree. I think they get 4 wins. But hey, his pick. He's the insider. He's the fan. Thank you to all my insiders for coming out. I know taking time out of your day isn't easy, but I appreciate it. Didn't have a co-host this week. We can't wait to have Bobby back next week. Thank you guys all for listening. I love you. And as always, New York sports deserves better.